Hi, let us understand how to get more information from the session object and how to invalidate a session. First, let's understand how to get additional information like session ID, the session creation time, and when the session was last accessed. So I'm going to modify this specific JSP where I'm going to use the method get ID from the session. So I'm going to use the session object dot get ID. That will get the ID of the session. The same way, I do have another method called get creation time. I can use the method get creation time from the session object to get the time when the session was created. I can convert that into a date object and print it along with this particular string. For that, I will be using the date class. Let me go ahead and import the date class. For that, I am going to add the page import directive and import all the classes within the util package. And there is another method where I can get the last accessed time from the session. I can get the last accessed time from the session and print that particular information as well. Now let me go ahead and add link to the earlier page to add new coupon, session input coupon where I had created it earlier. Now let me go ahead and execute this specific page, run on server. So this is a new session that got created. Let me note the session ID. It ends with FFF and it got created at 1953. Let me go ahead and add the coupon. Let me submit the coupon. So the coupon got set within the session and let me access the same page once again, session check coupon. So this is the coupon code set and the session ID, it is available as it is. And the session created time is this. This is the last accessed time. This is when we had set the coupon ID over here. Now let me go ahead and create a new JSP to invalidate the session. So I'm going to add the required link so that I can navigate between the pages. I'm going to create a new JSP session underscore invalidate.jsp. New JSP session underscore invalidate.jsp. So I'll be using the session to invalidate. Once the session is invalidated, I will not be in a position to access the request object. So I will be using a method called get session from the request and I can pass a flag over here. Let me use the scriptlet and invalidate the session. Let me add a link to check the session over there. So I have added a scriptlet session.invalidate and I have added the link to check the coupon as well as to add more coupon code. Let me add the same link over here as well so that navigation will be much easier. Let me go ahead and access the check coupon. So this is the session that we had set and this is the session ID. Let me add the invalidate link over here so that I can access the invalidate JSP. So I have added link to the session underscore invalidate.jsp. So the same session is existing. I'm going to access the session underscore invalidate.jsp. The session is invalidated. Now let me check the session code. The code is reset and new session ID got created. This is the created time. Now let me go ahead and add a new coupon code. The new coupon code is set. And here's where I do have the new session ID that got created after invalidating it. So we have seen what are all the different methods that we can access like get ID, get creation time, get last accessed time from the session object, as well as how to invalidate the session using the invalidate method of session object. So basically session it's going to maintain an object between the client and the server to store the information so that the server can remember who that particular client was and what are all information they had set earlier and how to make use of that particular information in the future request.